Hi everyone, I'll be reading today's story and today's story is called Stanley's Stick and it's written by somebody called John Hedgley and illustrated by Neil Layton. Stanley stands on Stockport Station with his stick. Stanley always carries his stick with him. I wonder where they're going. Stanley's stick was once part of something tall and grand, and it will never return. But it can still be a stick as best as it can be. Stanley has a lot of stick activity, like pretending the stick is a whistle or a banana that is quite straight. You don't have to be great to be great. Like pretending the stick is a match to catch the world aflame. There is a game after sticky game. Look! It's a dinosaur. That isn't extinct. It's a Stickosaurus. Look at that Stickosaurus. Wow. Stanley has tried out some names for his stick, like Starry and Moon, but those names were all the wrong shape. For a while he liked Starry, but that is better for a spoon. I think he might be right. Stanley's stick is good for writing in the sand, in languages only Stanley can understand. So his own very special language. And 4 times now he has used his stick to pick up slugs from pathway, platform and pavement, thus saving them from a fate worse than feet. Ooh, those slugs are very lucky. Stanley's friend Bertie has some string, and sometimes they tie the string to the stick's end and go pretend fishing. That's a good idea. Because the fish are pretend. No fish get hurt, says Bertie. They're pretending to use the stick to go fishing, but pretend fishing. So here is Stanley, standing on the station, taking his stick for a short stay at the side of the sea with his mum and dad. The train pulls in. Down at the sea, Stanley goes down to the side of the tide. His folks take stock of Stanley standing in the sand, stick in hand. What is he doing? I wonder what Stanley is doing. Maybe the boy thinks it is time for the stick to be taken for someone else to enjoy. Stanley hurls his stick into the wide tide. Gosh, what a tiny splosh for something that has been so big in Stanley's days. Look, he's hurled it into the sea with a tiny plop. The sea picks up the stick and tucks it in to itself. Stanley is stickless. He no longer has a stick. The next morning, back at their spot on the beach, the tide is out. Stanley treads towards the spreading sea. Boats ride sea back out on the distance. Stanley decides to look for interesting sticks, for other sticks which have been carried twiggy back upon the turning tide. Soon he stumbles upon a stick alone upon the shore. It is quite different from the stick he had before. It is wonky. Oh, look, that's such an interesting wonky stick. The stick is an unusual saxophone. Stanley thinks of home and begins to blurt out a tune for Bertie. Now, Stanley stares at the sea through his stick telescope. It is wonky, and this stick, Stanley knows the name of it. It is called... I wonder what it's called. Fantastic. Stanley's Fantastic. The end. Thank you for listening to my story and have a great rest of the day. Bye.